Hello everyone. Today I'm back with another tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the permission handling in Android. Let's begin. So what is permission handling in Android? So permission handling in Android refer to the process of managing app permissions that control access to sensitive data or restricted device feature. Example, camera, microphone, location, contacts. It ensures that app only access what user explicitly allow, improving security and user privacy. Okay, so what are the types of permission? The first permission is the normal permission. These permission have minimal risk like accessing the internet or setting a wallpaper. They are automatically granted at install time and do not require explicit user approval. Example, here is the internet access network state. These are the normal permission. Okay. As they do not require explicit user approval. So the next type of permission is the dangerous permission. This involves sensitive user data or device functionality, such as accessing the contacts or the camera. Apps must explicitly request these at runtime. Camera, call, read contact, write contacts are example of runtime permission. Okay, let's implement it by using one example. Okay, let's open the Android Studio. So first we need to create project. I have already created one project. Okay, so this is the project. So first I need to enable the permission. So for enabling the permission, I need to go inside the manifest file. So open the manifest file over here. So I need to first specify the position over here. And in the manifest file, I will specify here uses permission. And here I will pass the call phone. Okay. I'm using the call permission over here. Okay, let's close this. And here it is saying that you also need to add the feature tag. Let's add it. Click over here. And I have given the call permission, and now I'm going to explicitly get the permission from the user. Okay, on the click of the button, I will take the permission from the user. Okay, let's save it. Now move to the main activity file over here. Now I'm going to create one button over here, and on the click of the button I will ask the user for the permission. Okay, go to the layout file over here and create one button over here, and let's change the text view to app compact button. Okay, so this is the button, and let's change its text. I'm going to change its text, and I'm changing it to call. Okay, now extract the string resource over here. Alt plus enter, extract the string resource and click OK. Okay, now I need to specify, give it ID. Let's give it to ID. I'm giving the ID as call button. Okay, now I will move toward main activity and implement its logic. Let's save it. Now move to the main activity file over here. Now first I need to enable the data binding. Let's go to the build.gradle file over here, and here on the Android I will type here is the build features, and here I am enabling the data binding. I am setting the data binding to true over here. Okay, let's save it. Let's sync now over here. Okay, now I need to create one instance of binding. Okay, now let's go to the main activity over here, and let's create the instance of binding over here. Let in it where binding of type activity main binding. First I need to, let's cut this. I need to enable the data binding on the XML file over here, and click over here, show context action, and convert to data binding layout, and remove this. If I enable the data binding, the view binding will automatically get activated. Okay, let's save it. Now go to the main activity file over here and create the instance of binding over here. Let in it where binding of activity main binding. Okay, now let's initialize it over here. Binding initialized to data binding util dot set content view, and here I will pass the activity is this. And the next I will pass here the layout, which is r dot layout dot activity main over here. Okay, now let's save it. Now let's take one variable over here. I'm taking one number to which I want to dial, and let's take here private val number, and here I'm taking the random number. Let's take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 10 digit number I am taking, and the random number, let's make it private first. Okay, now create one function over here, init UI. Okay, now click over here and create the function. Now inside the function I need to implement the logic. Let's binding dot call button dot set on click listener, and here inside the button I will first check the permission. Let's create one function over here, check self permission. Okay, first it will check the permission. Let's create one function over here. Let's call it, or I can say the check call permission. Check call permission. Okay, and click over here and create function. Now inside this function, I will implement the logic. Okay, if activity compact dot check self permission, and here I will write the first one is asking for the context. I am passing the context as this. Second, I am passing here the permission, which is manifest dot permission dot call phone is not equal to package manager dot permission granted. If it is not equal to, then we will start the permission request. Then start the permission request over here. Start. Let's create one function over here. Permission request. Okay. And click over here and create one function. Else I will start the call. Suppose if the permission has already been granted, then we will start the call. And I will start here, create one function over here, start call. Okay, click over here and create the function start call over here. Now inside the start call function, I am going to implement the call functionality. Let's cut this. So let's implement the functionality of start call. And here I will take one intent val, create the instance of intent, and intent I will pass the intent over here, and inside it I will pass here is the intent dot action call, and here I will pass the intent dot data, and here I will pass the URI. Let's initialize it to URI dot parse, and here I will pass the telephone number. Let's pass the telephone number. Here is I will pass here tel, and here I will pass the variable which I have initialized above it. Let's pass the number over here is let's pass the number dollar number I am passing over here. Okay, now I will start the activity, start activity, and here I will pass the instance of intent, which is I. Okay, now inside the start permission request, first I need to create one variable and register the activity result. Okay, let's create over here private val, and it will I will create one variable request permission launcher, val request permission launcher, and inside it, let's initialize it. Let's initialize it to register activity contract, register for activity result, and here I will pass here the activity result, activity result contract dot request permission. Let's change it. It is the activity result contract. This one, activity result contract dot request permission. Okay, and inside it I will create one lambda function over here, and inside I will check here is it is granted, is granted. So if it is granted, I will check here. If I will pass over here is granted. Okay, then I will start the call over here. Start call. Okay, and if it is not granted, then else, in the else part I will do else. I will make the toast message over here. Toast dot make text, and I will pass where is first I will pass the context which is this, and the second I will pass here the message which is permission denied. Okay, and the next I will pass the toast length which is toast dot length I am passing here is short, and then I will clear the dot show. Okay, now inside the permission request, let's use this. Let's remove this line. Request permission launcher dot launch, and here I will pass the manifest dot permission dot call phone. Okay, now it is done. Let's run the application and check how it's performed. Okay, now I'm going to run the application. Okay, I have successfully explicitly get the permission, and now I'm going to run the application and check how it will perform. Okay, now let's run it. Now you can see the application has successfully been launched. Now if I click the over the call button over here, and it will ask the permission, and if I click on the don't allow button, it will display one toast message the permission is allowed. And let's click on allow button over here, and you can see the permission has been granted. and or it will automatically call to the number specify, and let's cut this. Okay, now move back to the app. Okay, similarly you can also request the camera permission. Okay, on the upcoming lecture we are going to cover that. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, I am going to attach this code. You can also download it. Okay, thank you.